All right, welcome back to trigonometry. We have another problem. This is very much like the last one. The law of cosines problem. How could you tell? Is because we are looking for two sides and we have an angle between them. We actually have two sides here, but that's not the angle we want is this guy right here. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're dealing with. We could think about doing something about law of sines because we have an angle and it's opposite from over here, but we don't have this angle, we don't have that angle, we have no way to get them. So there's no way to set up another equality with this thing. So we're kind of stuck with, again, law of cosines. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the law of cosines. We have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times the cosine of the angle between them. Well, the angle between them is the 45 degrees. We're going to say that's 45 degrees. So we have cosine 45 degrees. And then we need the two terms, the two sides on either side of this thing. Well, so A is going to be 3 and B is going to be X. Okay, so we have 3X. That's my AB. And then we have 2 times all of this. We'll put the negative sign in there. Right? Let's go ahead and deal with the other piece here. So we have AB. So that's going to be 3 squared plus X squared. And then the side on the other side here, that's my C squared. So we have a square root of 5 squared. So square root of 5 squared. All right, let's go ahead and sort this out. So we've got 5 is equal to 9 plus x squared minus 6x times the cosine of 45 degrees. That's another one that's not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay, so we have 0 equals 9 minus 5 is 4. I'm going to go ahead and, well, we'll go ahead and just leave it this way. So we have x squared. I know that the cosine of 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so we can go ahead and deal with it that way. So we have 6x times square root of 2 over 2. That's going to cancel that 6 with and make it a 3. So we have 3 square roots of 2x. Okay, so we have minus 3 root 2 all times x. And I took care of my cosine. I did my 3 times my 2. Everything is handled here. Just going to put this in descending form. So we have x squared minus 3 root 2 x plus 4 is equal to 0. All right. So again, well, we have a quadratic. I don't think I could factor this. Okay, I might be able to, but I can't. So we're going to have to use quadratic formula on this. So we're going to say we need negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, it's a formula you should memorize, just like law of cosines. You should memorize this formula. So we're going to say this is going to be 3 square roots of 2 plus or minus the square root of, and now I need a b squared. So we have 3 root 2 squared minus 4a, which is going to be 1, times c, which is going to be 4. Okay, we have everything sorted out like here. So we have a 2 times 1 at the top here. So let's go ahead and figure this thing out. So we have 3 square roots of 2 plus or minus. Now, we have 3 times, we have to figure this out. So we have 3 times the square root of 2 squared. So you could type this on the calculator and press squared and it'll be done with it. We don't have to do it that way. So I'm going to say 3 squared is going to be 9. The square root of 2 squared is going to be times 2. So we have 18 minus 16, right? 4 times 4 being 16, all over 2 sitting here. All right. So when we're done, we have 3 square root of 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 all over 2. All right. And that's pretty much what we have here. Right? So we might have to make a little bit of a decision. So you shouldn't get two answers with this thing. Kind of double checking for AC. Uh-huh. Yeah, that should be. All right, we're just going to double check. We're going to say 3 times the square root of 2. Get second function, square root of 2 equals, and then we're just going to go ahead and square this thing and see if we end up with the right answer. If we get 18, I thought I would. 18 minus 16 is going to be 2, so we're okay there. So 3 plus or minus root 2 all over 2. So let's see what we got here. We have 3 root 2 plus root 2 all over 2. Okay. And we also have 3 root 2 minus root 2 all over 2. So here we actually have two different possibilities for my triangle here. All right. So that's a whole thing going on here. So let's see. We have double checking. Mhm. So we have, let's double check our thing here. So we have our two angles and the one between them. So we have c squared, that's going to be square root of 5 squared. So it's going to be 5. We have our one side, which is going to be 3 squared, which is going to be 9. My other squared is going to be x squared. 2 times the sides of 3, 2 times 3 times x, 3 times x times square root 2 and 2. Okay, we're good. Just double checking with this thing because, you know, usually with these kinds of problems, they usually set it up so that you only get one answer, which is the way it should be. But in this case, it looks like they didn't do that to us. It looks like we have two answers. We'll have to see what's going on with this. So let's see. We have, there we go, 9 minus 5, subtract 5 from both sides. So here we have our x squared minus our, right, 3 root 2 x's. All right, so here we go. Yeah, okay. So here we have our x squared minus 3 root 2x plus 4 equals 0. And we have to, okay, we're figuring it out. So let's see. We have negative negative 3 root 2 plus or minus the square root of this whole thing squared. We did get that to be 18. Minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 4. Okay, we're okay. And 18 minus 16 is 2. So here we go. So, all right, this happens, and that's all right. I'm just trying this out. So we have two answers because this is positive. We could check it in the calculator, but 3 square root of 2 minus 1 square root of 2, right? So we have 3 root 2 minus 1 root 2 all over 2. 3 minus 1 is going to be 2 root 2 divided by 2, and that's going to be the square root of 2. Or we could have 3 root 2 plus root 2, again, all over 2. 3 root 2 plus 1 root 2 is equal to 4 root 2 divided by 2. We actually end up with 2 root 2. Okay? So that's what we end up having here. All right? Um, go back up here. I am not seeing this thing. So, yeah, I'm not seeing like a fun thing here. So my x value is either going to be 2 root 2, x equals root 2. This is in centimeters, I believe. Okay, centimeters. So we're going to get 2 root 2, or yeah, so either way. So we're going to get centimeters, centimeters. If you convert this to a fraction, that or to a decimal, that's fine because the instructions say go ahead and give it to me to two decimal places. So that's going to be fine. But there would be two answers for this one, and we would say, okay, well, x1 is going to be 2 root 2 centimeters, x2 is going to be root 2 centimeters, and that's about all we can do with this. Okay, we're kind of stuck with a thing here. Um, yeah, that's about all we have for this thing. So that's what we could say for it. Okay, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one, and happy practicing.